Oh, peace. Sorry, y'all. This is Chocolate Amun Ra, and this is another session of Jesus is not his name. Now, you see me reading the Bible a little bit. I was reading Genesis chapter 10, verses 1, and then I went to Genesis chapter 11 and read that. Basically talking about Noah's sons. Okay? Now, brothers and sisters, I want you to understand something. I want you to understand something. You see me doing these videos and I'm talking about Jesus, not his name, and so on and so forth. His name is Yahushua, right? Which is Hebrew. The reason why I'm doing that, I'm trying to break something down for you. I'm also trying to help you that the fact that to understand the origin that black people was on the planet. They cannot use religion and say this or that. Basically saying, white people was here first, Adam and Eve, that story, and then they give you pictures and all kinds of false doctrine that Adam and Eve was white and so on and so forth, and a lot of you believe this, that Jesus is going to come from the sky. This is why Jesus come from the sky. But then your Bible tells you a whole different description of Jesus, and I'm bringing forth documents. Some of these documents is 5 years old. I found it, went to YouTube and gathered these information, but then at the same time, you see me, I got the Bibles here. So if they even bring up a scripture, you go to the scripture, cross-reference. You understand? Cross-reference. So, don't be afraid to go into this theology. Learn it. Africa's Africa, we understand that. But understand the Canaanites, the Hebrews, the Egyptians, how all these people can be around each other, but it takes the garment that you cannot identify them from no one else. When you take the garment off, because they're all black people. Understand the conception what is being put out here to show you how religion in your face can be told even by our own melanated people who's been institutionalized for so long and will die believing what they believe in. Now, if you truly believe in what you believe in, you will not call Jesus Jesus. You would call him Yahushua. Now you tell me, why do black people call him Jesus when the Romans created that? The Greeks, the Romans, they flipped all this thing up in here. The Council of Nicaea, 325 AD. How many times did I show you this information? Think about it, brothers and sisters. Because the reason why I'm breaking this down, because once I finish this part, then I'm going to show you the part where you got the 3 trilogies. Then figure it out from that point on, when you do your research, how easy it was to transform this information. We start off from Iba.
And the word Iba is heat. Okay? Now, and we're talking about the 10th chapter. Now, here in the first verse of the 11th chapter, it says, now the whole earth had one language and one speech. So what was it? Who were they? Hebrew. they were speaking Hebrew, the Hebrew language, because the offspring of Shem was in Hebrew. And if the earth was one language, one speech, hallelujah. Those folks that are living in Israel right now, they are not Hebrew Israelites. They are Israelis. They live in the land of Israel. But how did they get there? In the book of Revelation, we are told that in one of the letters that Yahweh dictated to John on the Isle of Patmos, to one of the churches, he says, I know you dwell in the synagogue of Satan, and there are those who say they are Jews, but they are not. The Jewish nation was never in existence till 1948. That's when the Jewish nation became a nation. It's all documented in the Encyclopedia Britannica. I read it there myself several times. It's there in the book. Okay? But here is the thing. When Yahweh took up our forefathers out of the land and scattered us all over the world, that land was rich and fertile. Everything remained there intact. The Hebrew scriptures, the scrolls, the sacred scrolls, and everything was there intact. At the time, it was not the United Nations, it was the League of Nations. They gathered up people from all over Germany, Russia, Europe, and brought them into the land. And they settled in the land, rich and fertile. And what happened is, when they got there, all the sacred scrolls, everything was intact. And so they set out to master the language of the Hebrews. And they learned it well, so well, that when they begin to unfold